You clucking about.
What are you clucking about? Oh, my wings.
I love the bit of you pulling up the wings.
I'm tired.
It's so fucking funny.
Get these things up here. Oh, I'm hemming it on now.
Oh, have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
Speaking of the Lord, good God Almighty, I love this movie.
It's fun.
Welcome to Birds on Film.
It's fun.
Big Dustin Wilson here, joined as ever by my co-bird, Miss Erica Leigh. Erica, how the hell are you?
Aw, bird. It's another honking day. It's a good honking day to be a bird.
We're talking about Evil Dead 2, one of my favorite movies of all time. This was your first time seeing it, right?
Yeah, I fell asleep. So I only saw about 30 minutes.
Okay.
But because it's recapping the first movie, kind of a lot happened.
Yes.
And so when I went to go pick it up again, I assumed I was like an hour in.
No.
And I was like...
I mean, the movie's only about like an hour 30.
Right, so I was thinking... I think it's less than that.
Yeah, it's a very easy watch.
So I was thinking like, oh, I'm only going to have, a little bit left. But I had almost the whole movie left.
Yes.
Because it was like, here's the recap of the first one. I fell asleep. And now we get into the meat and potatoes of what's actually happening. And I was like...
Do you know, like, the cult status of this film going into it?
It was, like, briefly explained to me, but
Yeah.
I didn't understand the extent.
Like, the impact.
Right. Definitely was just kind of like, what the fuck is going on? And looking for logic in places that I wasn't supposed to.
Yes.
Like, why is she already decomposed when she's only been dead for 6 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was watching it like a movie with rules.
Yes, but the movie has really... No rules.
Demon logic.
I feel like it kind of exposes the fact that it has no rules once he has a fight scene with her severed head and then the body comes storming in with the chainsaw.
I'm gonna get you!
It's the little puppet.
I'm gonna get you!
After that, it's like, oh, there's nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Any question you have, don't fucking worry about
just
it.
enjoy yourself.
Yeah. The sunshine curing him temporarily, but then, like, that doesn't hold true. Like, he doesn't, like, turn at night and then, you know what I mean? Like, he was already...
The one thing that I would say, and I'm such an apologist for this film, because it's like, hey, like shut your brain off. Enjoy that this is a really stupid movie.
For how crappy a lot of the shit looks, like, still so
the chaser
fun.
demon. He's opening the book, attacks the girlfriend.
It's like the point of view.
Yes, the POV.
Yeah.
And then the second time is when it grabs him and they do like him going through the trees and
oh my
they
God,
do the little spinny.
Like he goes all the way upside and then slaps a tree and ends up pulling his face out of a mud puddle and he's deadite.
The deadite. What did you think of Mr. Bruce Campbell's performance?
He's obviously over the top. And there's better acting in the movie, so I don't think that that's, like, intentional.
Well, you don't think that, like...
Well, I mean, intentional to a point, right? But, like, some of it you're like, okay.
You don't like the scene where he's, like, crying out and he's, like, fucking snapped? Like, those scenes where it's, like, obviously... when he's, like, bringing, like, the huge, big, like... A lot of energy.
All that, great. When it's, like, the quiet moments and he's, like... groovy. Like, like, that's really cheesy.
Yeah.
And, like, the montage leading up, when he gets all strapped up, armored up, and, and he's got, like, his weapons fixed onto him, like, he looks so fucking cool. Like, it's for a cheesy, cheap, crappy movie, he looks
cut
cool.
Off the fucking double barrel, turned into a sawed-off.
Yeah, like,
does the little thing.
They made him look so badass and really, like, legitimately cool, not ironically cool.
Like, completely 100%.
Yeah, I think they did so much with so little in that montage, and then he goes... groovy. That's the fucking shit!
That's the best.
Let me ask you something. Ever see Rawhide?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Well, then you gotta keep them doggies rolling.
But then when he's a Deadite, or when he's, like, the demon version,
Mm-hmm.
all of those over-the-top mannerisms become so essential. When you wrestle with a mask on, all of your, like, physical acting has to be so much bigger, and, like, you have to, like, emote by, like, showing people with your hands and your body language and all that, because you can't just make a frowny face. And I feel like that's the same thing for him with the Deadite makeup. All of his, like, exaggerated mannerisms and acting become so spot on, and you're like, oh my god, I can feel what this demon is feeling.
Another flaw that I kind of have with this film, and again, I kind of don't... I ignore it.
Right, yeah. Don't worry about it.
The extra, like, 4 characters that are introduced. You know?
The parents?
It's
Bobby Joe.
Bobby Joe.
And what's his face?
And the little hillbilly.
Yeah,
Cletus.
She's
Cletus.
too hot for him. That doesn't make sense.
Oh my god, she's gorgeous.
What the hell? And she's like, I think the best actress in the movie.
You think?
I think Bobby Joe does.
When she gets dragged in and
I think she does really well.
Torn up by those trees.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm pretty sure it was like a dummy they used when they
for
were
the mud
it.
splash.
But that mud splash.
It's like, whoosh.
My god.
So disproportional. I cracked up. I watched it 4 times.
When Cletus is just screaming for Bobby Joe.
He was annoying. I hated him, and I hated the professor's daughter.
But they're necessary, right, to further along.
I think they were. It could have been, my opinion, could have been done better, so they were a little less frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
At the very end, she reads the incantation. Ash is in trouble, and instead of just finishing reading the incantation, she starts singing the Mockingbird song.
Fly you a mockingbird.
And she knows there's more to read. But she's like, oh, cool.
Oh, yeah.
She could have been trying to get to the pages, can't get to them. Instead of just, now the house is falling down around them, and she's explaining to him, like, oh, I didn't read the rest of it. I started to, but I didn't read the rest of it. He's like, you dumb bitch. Read the rest of it.
As he's like fighting off the
Yeah.
fucking most
She looks
horrified
so
thing
fucking
he's ever seen.
Whereas, like, there's wind going everywhere. The house is falling down. The papers can't move. She can't try to get to him, you know? Like, there's no other...
And she gets fucking stabbed.
Yeah. And that's, like, exactly what I wanted the whole time. I thought that looked great, because she's like,
And then...
God, no. She finishes it.
My,
Give her some peril. Give her some obstacles.
but every time they went away from Ash, I was always like, God, I want more Ash.
I liked having 2 more characters show up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like, later. All of a sudden, you've got people in on it, and you're like, well, what the hell?
Because you just had, like, the conversation of, is this all in Ash's head? Like, is this real?
Right.
Is, like... Or did he just kill his fucking, like, girlfriend and chop her head off with a chainsaw? My favorite fight scene ever. The 2 movies we've talked about with...
Birds on Film is pretty anti-hand, turns out. We love to see people lose their hand.
What did you think of this hand scene?
Great.
Really?
Loved it.
Okay. The fucking flip bump he does.
The, like, crawl. He's going to get another plate, and he's like, oh, no, he's knocked out. I don't need to hit him again. Let me get to the axe. Like,
the sound design is so good.
Mm-hmm.
The little noises. I love even before that when he notices that his hand's
you
going crazy.
bastards, give
Give
me back my hand.
I love his little oh. Like he's speechless.
Yeah, he's repulsed. He's like, not my hand.
There's that.
Like, he's already been like a Deadite at that point.
Yeah,
right? Like, he's already fully transformed. No eyes. Like,
even before that, like, he's killed his girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's
like, no, it's not my hand.
But that's what I love. Like, Campbell, I truly feel like no one else could have brought, like, that goofy energy, but also weirdly sympathetic, right? Like, you sympathize for the character because of how over the top he is. He entertains you.
He goes down to the basement at the very end to get the pages back, and he's like making his way back upstairs. Henrietta trips him, takes him out, and then goes upstairs to like get.
And then he comes back up.
When he like comes up out of the cellar, he looks like a fucking action hero. Like,
he's a superstar.
No exaggeration, completely unironically. That shot, he looks incredible and like could be, the leading man in any, whatever box office ball. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
He looks so good. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, so many parts of this movie look so good like that. When you have like, not a lot to work with, a lot of, things look kind of crappy, and like the blood is, pink and like opaque, and like looks like a strawberry smoothie getting sprayed out. Like, you've got stuff like that, but then you have scenes like this where it's like, God, that looked amazing.
It's all simple too. A lot of it's incredibly easy to like understand and to comprehend as a viewer.
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't get a lot of it.
Oh,
really?
I
was still looking for rules.
Oh, that's true.
I was like, that don't make sense. That don't
See,
make
I
sense.
just immediately took myself out.
You were like, I'm enjoying this.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Best way to do it.
A lot of people haven't actually seen this movie, but they saw the sequel to this, the third one, which is Army of Darkness.
Oh, really?
Which I think I would love to do an episode on that. It's another one of my favorites.
Let's see if you play your cards right.
I love that ending. That ending's so fun. Him just landing into this area, and him just, like, all these knights around him, and they're like, it's the chosen one. It's the chosen one. And he's just like, no! Fuck!
No! But
just screaming.
The idea that when you see the pages, finally, like towards the end of the movie, they're like really gearing up for battle, like we gotta read the pages, and you see him in there, like very clearly, like they're not like you were saying, easy to understand, like look, he's in the page from the 1300s, look. The movie had gotten me to buy in to all of it by that point. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't like when it came back at the end, I was like, right. That
makes sense.
That's dope. Why. We knew that was gonna happen.
Yes.
Fulfill the prophecy.
But I love his fucking
these ancient pages with a man with a chainsaw on his arm
and a shotgun
drawn in crayon on the otherwise very old-looking paper.
We talk a lot on this show about like tone.
Yeah, and we're big on picking up the vibe.
Yes.
We are.
And the vibe of this movie is just so perfect to me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
fun.
There's a lot of fun, but there's also
scary.
Like a creepy, spooky stuff.
There's some scares in there. My favorite part, when Demon Henrietta, is like peeking up out of the cellar. She's trying to get her daughter to like sympathize with her and trick her and manipulate her, and she's like, I'm your mother, you're my daughter. You were born on September 2nd, 1962. I remember it well because it was snowy. You only remember your daughter's birthday because it was snowy in September and that was odd to you? Like, I'm telling you how much you mean to me. I remember your birthday because it was snowing.
It was snowing.
It was snowing and I found that to be odd in September.
I thought it was spooky.
When she's manipulating her?
Yeah. She's like perfectly like remembering a memory from this soul that this demon took. It makes these entities really fucking, I don't know, like a threat. That's spooky.
I loved when the Deadites snap back to like human looking.
For a second. The severed head in the little thing.
In the vice. All of a sudden she's just like perfectly fine. When he is like talking to himself in the mirror, he's like, you ran a chainsaw through your girlfriend's head, I don't think you're fine.
He fucking grabs him. We just chainsawed our girlfriend's head. We are not fine. And he starts choking him. The scene of like him, it's like Toy Story. Everything's laughing and giggling.
Yes.
And then Ash joins in and he does
he like squats down with the lamp. Yeah. Love that part. He just is like,
There's
what?
that big iconic shot of him looking at the camera. Big fucking...
That's the gif, right?
Yes, that's the gif.
Right before they all start laughing, all the objects in the room. When he like sinks down and he's like scared and overwhelmed or whatever, and it's like, creak! And the deer head on the wall like turns to talk to him. It's like, creak, clack, ah! That part I was like, whoa! Like,
very well done.
Yeah, I loved that.
And it's the little goofy laugh too. It's like the
yes.
It's not like a serious
right.
like,
it's like
shrieking.
It goes from like scary and intense to like everybody just like giggling.
Yeah, and then there's like it's funny because there's like Warner Brothers Looney Tunes sound effects sometimes.
Yeah.
And it kind of works.
Like whoop. Like,
yeah, and it works.
When Bobby Joe's getting the vines wrapped around her and she's getting pulled, I think there's like
yeah.
And then it like pulls her skin and she's screaming
and
that transition,
vines go in.
Yeah.
Ooh.
When she like goes, she hits her mud splash and then she hits a tree, and that transitions to breaking the glass to get to the pages. I loved that too. I thought that was really smart and fun.
Oh, dude, there's so much dope shit. Like really interesting, like snap zooms and stuff. Whenever there's like an accompanying sound effect.
You know how bad The Room is?
Hi, babe.
Like every choice that's made for The Room.
Yes.
That's how good this movie.
Yes.
Where it's like...
It's the opposite.
Like it could have been that bad.
There's a similar... This is going to sound really crazy to Sam Raimi fans. There's a similar crazed director.
Yeah.
In charge.
It's like...
And a goofy cast.
Right, like you have the essential difference is what? Talent?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, you love it.
Yeah.
But it's not like this.
No.
It's not like this where you can be like, this is legitimately good.
Yes, this is it's my favorite horror movie. Out of like, there's like a couple more that I would rank. It's like probably like top 5 of my favorite films. I've seen it a shit ton of times. Every time I rewatch it, there's something new I appreciate.
That's awesome.
For God's sake! How do you stop it?
I didn't realize how much I liked this movie.
Well,
I didn't realize until...
I gotta ask you, does it honk?
This movie honks.
This movie does honk.
Evil Dead 2 honks hard.
I was so nervous that you might not have liked it.
Honks.
Genuinely.
Honks.
I'm very happy to hear that. It's like... I knew I was going to get you with the hand. I saw the hand. I remember the hand. And I was like,
Bert will love that.
Bert's gonna eat this up.